Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. Before I retired, I was a physical education teacher and I taught a lot of fitness classes, and one of the things that I asked them to do was measure their body. And a good portion of the class asked me, "Where's my waist?" And I was a little shocked at first. I thought, doesn't everybody know their waist? And I realized because I sew so much, I know where the waist is because of all the patterns I've dealt with. So I'm going to go over the different sections of the body and how they relate to the symbols on your pattern pieces. When you purchase a pattern, sometimes on the inside of the pattern envelope, there will be a sheet that might look something like this. Now, they used to put it in all patterns, but they don't do it as often anymore. So I managed to save one. So I'm going to show you. Here are the three main sections you should be concerned about. So it shows here across the middle of the chest. I tell people, especially those that are large in the chest area, to measure across the widest part of your chest. The waistline is going to be somewhere between your hip and your chest area. It's usually around your belly button area. I know on some of us as we're older, we do expand in that area and it's kind of hard to find it. But you look in there and that's where it will be. Then your hips. It shows it going down about 7 or 8 inches. What I tell people, the widest area of your hips. Now in some of your pattern pieces, you might see the shape of your pattern, especially if you're doing a blouse, a jacket, or a dress. You're going to see a shape of a pattern like this. This part here goes down the center of the body, and then lines here reference the chest, waist, and hips. So what you want to do is take that pattern, place it up against your body to see if that pattern, these lines right here, hit your sweet spots. So in your pattern envelope, you're going to find pattern pieces that may look something like this. This is especially if you're making a blouse, a dress, or a jacket. So in here, they put in a dart. Some patterns have little darts. And then here's where the waist would have been. So this is what your situation, if it's too long. In other words, the waist is down here, or your chest is down here, or the hip area is too low. So it's usually a pretty simple fix if that's the case with your situation. All I do for myself is fold it right down here, however many inches I need to raise it up. Maybe it's only a ½ inch. In my case, it's usually 2 inches. That will usually then bring up the hip area. Now, if the chest is too low, again, you can do a little fold up near that area to raise it up. But if you're off on all areas, start at the top, then go to the middle, and then the bottom. Now let's say the pattern is too short. Everything's up too high. So what you could do, for instance, in the waist, you would cut the pattern in half, right through the center. And there's usually a line on your pattern piece that says this is the waist. So that's where you would cut. Then cut a piece of paper that's a little bit wider than your opening here and lay it over that opening and place tape to hold it. If it is too high in the chest area, you would do the same thing. Cut above, pull it down a little bit, put paper on it. And of course, you would do the same thing in the hip area. When you unfold your pattern pieces out and you start looking at them, especially if it's the first time, you're going to see many different lines. And this is like an armhole area. So you have all of these different lines that represent the size of the pattern. Years ago when I was first learning how to sew, they only put one size in an envelope. Well, now they put all of them in because it saves money. So each one of these lines represents a size. Over here, they are labeled as to what the size is. It goes from size 10 up to 22. What I like to do so that I don't get confused is take a highlighter pen and just highlight any of the line that pertains to you and highlight it before you cut. So that way you've got it lit up, you can follow that highlighted line and you don't accidentally begin cutting on the wrong line. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week and that you learned something new. I know when you're reading a pattern, it can be overwhelming. So if you want more helpful tips that go into a lot of detail on how to read a pattern, I will have a link listed below your YouTube screen in the description section. You just scroll down till you see the words "Show More" and it will expand open, and the title is How to Read a Pattern. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.